So, Arjun, over the weekend, something extraordinary happened where the finance minister of our country spoke about trekking in the union budget, something that has never happened before. So, my question to you, as somebody who's leading the largest trekking organization in India, is what is your reaction to it?
I was very happy listening to it. I was not surprised, but I was happy because in the past few days, this news has been coming up in the business journals that adventure tourism, trekking could feature in the union budget. So when it actually came up, I was happy but not surprised. Now, why was I happy? I was happy because for the first time, the union government is recognizing trekking to be a mainstream adventure sports that needs to be promoted, not only within the country, but even from those who are coming in from outside the country. This is a shift because India has always been promoted as a cultural heritage destination, and promoting India as an adventure tourism destination is such a big welcome move. And I think that's what has got all of us very excited in our country, that yes, for the first time we are hearing the right words. So that was my initial reaction.
So, I understand we heard just a few sentences of what Ms. Nirmala Sitharaman shared, but she's talking about developing sustainable trails in Uttarakhand, Himachal, Jammu and Kashmir. So, what do you think the impact of something like this will be on the trekking industry?
I think the union government is thinking in the right direction. The trekking trails have to be developed. And rightfully so. A lot of our trekking trails in our country are even though they may be existing, are not very well managed. There may be some of them trekking trails are overcrowded, some are undercrowded. So all of those ecosystem has to be developed, and I think the union government is thinking in the right direction, because I can see the vision of the union government is that let us make India into an adventure tourism destination along with the heritage and the cultural destination it is. So yes, the trekking trails have to be developed. I'm not reading too much into the fine prints of the particular regions which our finance minister talked about. I think these things are just examples. But what really needs to be done is developing these trekking trails in our country, and the governments have already started. And I want to tell you this, that the government is actually reporting to us what they have already started 1-2 years ago. Because we have been working very closely with the state governments of many state governments from Madhya Pradesh to Tamil Nadu to Karnataka. We have been observing what they have been doing, and they have been bringing out trekking trails in those states and making a wonderful model of where people can get on these trails and do these treks. So this is what I'm noticing. The government is already on it. Our finance minister just voiced it. So no one must be surprised, but we are very happy about it.
So, just to do a small thought exercise with you, what do you think should be the direction in which we should move forward as a country when it comes to trekking?
Here, I feel whatever I've noticed about state governments, like especially Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and I don't blame them. Their focus is more on the single day trekking, where people come on, get on the trek and finish it at the end of the day and go back home. Because the state is designed that way. However, in our experience, what we have noticed is the multi-day trekking is where the real richness of the land comes alive. And that is happening in the Himalayas, in the central India, some parts of the southern India and the western India, but not throughout the country. And I feel that's a potential that is left on the table. Multi-day trekking is where people can come from outside the country and do events. They will not come for single-day events. Multi-day trekking is where people from across the different regions of our country will go and do treks to other regions of the country. They will not want to go for a single-day event. So multi-day trekking has to be promoted. I'm sure the government is thinking on this, but I didn't hear it in the union budget. But whatever informally I've heard from the government, state governments, this is what I hear, that yes, they're keen to promote it. And this is where the private organizations come in. Because multi-day treks require private organizations. Single-day treks, it's okay for people to get on by by the friends and the small groups they have. But multi-day trekking requires you to organize camping, it requires you to organize food, it requires you to organize the experience, the safety, and a lot of other aspects which come in where private organizations come in. And the union government, I feel, will need to extend a lot more support to private organizations and make it easier for them to conduct multi-day programs.
Okay. So on the internet, you know how it is now. I'm already seeing a lot of opposition also to this thought that leave the mountains alone. What are your thoughts on that angle of it?
I think people are rightfully, they say when, leave the mountain alone, don't overcrowd it, because that's what they witness. One or two trails become highly successful, the entire world wants to get on those trails, and I don't blame them. That is how, unfortunately, lack of regulation brings in this kind of apathy from people. What again needs to be done is, and this is where we can learn from the best practices across the world, is learn how to manage trekking trails. That's what the government needs to do, is learn how to govern trekking trails rather than restrict people from going on it. Restriction doesn't change anything. Restriction just takes away the beauty of the land from all of us. But if you govern it well, and it can be done, then India can become the adventure tourism destination that the whole country is expecting it to become and the whole world is unaware of. So yeah, I'm optimistic. I don't go into so much. I understand the voice which the people are saying, and even I have those kind of voices sometimes. But what it requires is regulation and management, and it's a system. And once the system is in, then trekking and hiking becomes one of the best sport anyone can do in our country.